Good morning and welcome to the 2024 European Junior Powerlifting Championships here in Pilsen, the Czech Republic. I am Amelia Potter, and this morning for you we have the 63 kilo and 93 kilo B groups. We have the B groups as the A groups will come through this evening. They'll be in this afternoon session. That will be at 3:30 local time. But for now, the B groups, and we do often see athletes medal in the individual respectives from the B group, but we'll have to wait and see how that pans out. They obviously don't have the foresight of knowing what their competitors are going to put on. We can see the running order as it stands here, and it's not like we have small numbers on the board, still huge numbers going up, but of course as we see the medals come in and change, that's subject to change until the session later today, where we'll see them fight for those medals and for the overall title. So far we've had a phenomenal competition. We've seen so many record attempts, especially in the sub-juniors. The juniors now living up to the bar the sub-juniors set. And we count our way into our first lifter of the day. First up we have Enya Antonovica from Latvia, and I'm wondering if this is the sister of Anya Antonovica who competed yesterday. With a personal best of 122.5 kilos. First year as a junior, opening with 112.5. That's a very quick opener. Let's wait for the referees. 3 white lights, a good lift. She certainly looks like she could be the sister of the Antonovica we had yesterday. Perhaps seeing twins in 2 different weight classes there. Now have Patricia Holby from Hungary with a personal best of 125 kilos, opening just 2.5 kilos below that with 122.5. That's a lovely looking opener. Very smooth and easy. 3 white lights, a good lift. Kira Loftus from Ireland, 122.5 kilos, has been competing less than a year. Lovely easy opener there for Kira. And a good lift, 3 white lights. Nice conservative opener, 20 kilos below her best. Mariela Drakaki from Greece, opening on 130 kilos. It's Mariela's last year as a junior after 5 years of competing. Very nice control of the bar on the descent of that squat. And it's 2-1, a good lift. She does get a depth call from that right-hand side referee. That's what the red on the squat would indicate. We'll have a look here. We're looking for the hip crease to go below the top of the knee joint. And I certainly can see where the referee was coming from on that side. Although it's important to bear in mind, lifters don't always get their hips down to the same level on both sides. So completely possible from the other side, it was too depth. Dominika Jansova from Czechia, 132.5 kilos. After 6 years of competing, this is Dominika's last year as a junior. The personal best of 140, opening pretty close to that. Nice and comfortable. It's a good lift, 3 white lights. Emilia Rutkowska from Poland, opening on 140 kilos, which is her current personal best. A little bit unsteady on her back there, but steadies herself before the squat command. And it's scrappy, but she gets it up. 2-1, a good lift. Just getting a depth call from the left side referee. This is the side she gets that white from. Eva Strigar from Slovenia, 142.5 kilos. This is Eva's first year as a junior after being a sub-junior last year. And from memory, she had a phenomenal final sub-junior competition last Euros. Yeah, I was just stayed quiet. I was a little bit worried about the depth there, and I'm sometimes and often wrong, so I didn't want to say anything too soon. But it's hard in the replay as well with the plates blocking that depth, but it can't be contested anyway with 3 reds. Hopefully something she can come back for. Ula Humar from Slovenia, 142.5 kilos. Another lifter who I remember from last year having a great day. Still has another year left in the juniors, and I'm sure I'll see her in that A group next year. Just narrowly missing out on that this time round. That's lovely and easy. 2-1, a good lift. Just a depth call from that left-hand side referee. Let's have a look at that again on the replay. And I think she should be more than okay with that. Now our final opening attempt, we have Marcelina Filipovic from Croatia. 145 kilos. First year competing and first year as a junior. Heaviest opener of this flight though. There's a little bit of work, and I want to wait to see the lights there. Yeah, again, another lifter just squatting a bit too high. Gets a yellow from the right hand side referee as well. We'll have a look at that in the replay. So she's just going to have to try and sink that a little bit further on her second attempt. We head into the second round now, and we can see Strigar and Filipovic both without a lift on the board quite yet, but have another 2 shots of that now. Enya Antonivica from Latvia, 117.5 kilos. 5 kilo jump for Antonovica. Nice strong looking second there for Enya. A good lift, 3 white lights. Kira Loftus from Ireland takes a 5 kilo jump to 127.5 for her second attempt. That's a lovely second attempt from Kira. Plenty left in the tank. And it's a 3 white lights. Patricia Holby from Hungary, 130 kilos, a 7.5 kilo jump. She's passing her personal best by 5 kilos here. And that is a good lift, 3 white lights. Mariela Drokaki from Greece, 135 kilos, a 5 kilo jump from her opener to match her personal best. Very comfortable looking second attempt, exactly where you want to be heading into your third. 3 white lights. Now Iva Strigar from Slovenia, 142.5 kilos. Just missed this on depth on her opener. Got 3 red lights, so she really needs to convince all 3 referees, or at the very least 2, that it is deep enough this time around. It certainly looks better than the opener, so let's wait for the lights. And it is convinced 2 of the referees, 2-1, a good lift. Still gets a depth call from the left-hand side referee. Dominika Jansova from Czechia taking a 10 kilo jump to 142.5 for her second attempt. 2.5 kilos above her personal best. Three white lights, that is a good lift. Now, Marcelina Filipovic from Croatia retaking 145 kilos after missing this on her opener for depth. She got 2 reds and a yellow. Still a little bit shaky in the walkout. Let's hope she can convince the referees this time. And it's still really hard. I'm not sure about the depth this time. Yeah, still 2-1, a no lift, unfortunately. This time a blue from the right-hand side referee. Coach goes to the jury and we'll have a look at that in the replay.
Bar is loaded.
And the jury are just saying it's just not deep enough. Emilia Rutkowska from Poland takes 145 kilos for her second attempt, a 5 kilo jump for a 5 kilo personal best. A little bit more work this time round, but as to be expected. There's a good lift, 3 white lights.
Bar is loaded for Slovenia. That will be a 2.5 kilo personal best. She goes out the second round of squat.
Our final second attempt, Ula Humar from Slovenia, 150 kilos, a 7.5 kilo jump for her opener for a 2.5 kilo personal best. Very strong looking second attempt for Ula, and 2-1, a good lift. There's a depth call from the left hand side referee, but I think she should be okay. We'll have a look in the replay. Yeah, and I think she'll be more than alright with that. And that concludes the second round of squats. Filipovic still without a squat on the board, needs to sink it this time round, and it started to look hard, so let's hope she can. We head into the third round of squats now. Just a reminder, this is the B group. We have the A group later this afternoon. So medals are subject to change and squat rank subject to change. Enya Antonovica from Latvia, 122.5 kilo to match her personal best. That's a big fight. What an effort from Enya. 3 white lights, a good lift, and that was really, she had all she had, everything she had there. You could have not added another kilo to that bar. Kira Loftus from Ireland, 132.5 kilos, a 5 kilo jump from her second. She is amped up. It's been moving extremely well so far for her. Let's see what another 5 kilos will do. It's a weight that she's done before. Her personal best is 142.5. So let's see if she can do it again here on the international platform. And she can. That is lovely stuff. 3 white lights, a good lift. It's important to consider, especially for someone like Kira who's been lifting less than a year. This could be her first international performance, and there's so much that goes into that, including nerves, traveling, the weight cut after traveling. So really phenomenal job. Patricia Holby from Hungary taking a 5 kilo jump to 135 for her third and final attempt. And that was a lovely third attempt. Really smooth and controlled. A good lift, 3 white lights. No real breakdown whatsoever. You can see here on the way up. 140 kilos for Mariella Drakaki. For a new personal best. Lovely, smooth final attempt from Mariella. And it is a good lift, 3 white lights. Really beautiful final attempt. Look at this. Super smooth throughout. Keeps her position really nicely. Now, Marcelina Filipovic from Croatia really needs this. 145 was a bit scrappy in her opener and too high. It looked a little bit harder in her second and still, unfortunately, was too high. This is her final attempt. She needs this to be able to continue competing in the competition and post a total for a final time, 145 kilos. Manages to fight it up. What a huge effort. Was it deep enough this time? No, and that is such a shame to see. Unfortunately, Filipovic is out of the competition. She can continue to lift should she choose to, but she cannot post a total. She cannot fight for individual medals. 147.5 kilos for Eva Strigar from Slovenia. After missing her opener on depth, came back and got it on her second, and now jumped to just half a kilo below her personal best. And that looked good from here. Let's wait for the lights. 2 to 1, a good lift. Still didn't manage to shake that one red light, but she doesn't need to. 2 white lights is usually enough. Three scores remaining before we head through to the 93B group. First of which is Dominika Jansova from Czechia, 147.5 kilos for another personal best. And she seems extremely surprised by that. It is a good lift, 3 white lights. Not sure she expected to get that lift herself, but it's great to see that she did. Look at her face here. We love to see it. 150 kilos for Emilia Rutkowska from Poland. A new personal best for Emilia should she get this. effort, but locks it out at the top. Unfortunately, just cut down a little bit there. Have a look at that in the replay. Yeah, it's just above the border, unfortunately.
Bar is loaded.
We now have Ula Huma from Slovenia, 157.5 kilos for third and final attempt.
Jump for 7.5 kilo personal best for Ula Huma from Slovenia.
So 7.5 kilo personal best on top of the one she got in her second attempt already. Final squat of this flight before we head into the 93s. Just not there today, unfortunately. Still walks away with that big 150 squat and leading the B group as it stands, of course, subject to change as we see the A flight this afternoon. And just in time for the 93Bs, Alexander Turnidis has joined me in the commentary booth. Good morning.
Good morning, Amelia, and good morning, everyone. It's a real pleasure to arrive on time to witness the 93s, the big guys.
And we can see here the results. Unfortunately, Filipovic not managing to post a squat, so therefore cannot post a total. Humar leading the B group with 150, followed by Jansova and Strigar. We head now into the 93B group. As I said, the A group will be at 3:30 local time later. But we have the first 9 lifters of that now, and leading us out will be Eric Petras from Slovakia, 225 kilos.
PB stands at 240, so 15 kilos should be comfortable enough to secure this opener. It's a good lift, the white lights.
Bar is loaded. Next up is Alexander Schmello.
We now have Niels Jacobsens from Ireland, 225 kilos. $225, 25 kilos below his personal best.
And that's a good lift for him as well. The white lights.
Same weight again for Alexander Schmello from Slovakia. Bar is loaded. Next out is
We'll have now Alexander Schmello from Slovakia, as you can see on your screen. His presentation card, having a PB at 250 kilos. Opening at 225. That's a really easy one. No worries, a good lift, 3 white lights.
Next out is Antonis 230 from the Greek athlete. He'll be followed by Phil Allen from Belgium.
We have now Angelos Almuti from Greece opening at 250 kilos.
250 being his personal best, opening at 230 kilos right now.
Thank you very much. I hope he'll finish at 215
Yeah,
maybe more.
he might do. Starting at 230 if this moves well, I can't see why he wouldn't.
Yeah, Team Greece having bring such a huge team this year.
Yeah, really are a lot of them. It's great. Slow and steady, very controlled squat. 2 to 1, a good lift. There's a depth call from that left side referee. Let's have a look at that in the replay.
Should be alright. Don't want to go higher, but 237.5 now for Florent Allen from Belgium. As well, having a PB at 215.
Is a tough opener. Luckily manages to get it with 3 white lights, but unless it was a positioning thing, I'm not sure where he can really go from there.
I don't know. I really hope it was the positioning thing. Maybe he just dropped his tension at the very bottom of the lift. This is, with the replay, this is my point of view. We'll have to wait and see. We have now Nick Karas from Greece opening at 240 kilos.
So 20 kilos above his personal best. Fair to say he's made some progress since then. He's been competing for 6 years. He's only 19 years old. Wow, built different in Greece it seems.
3 white lights, it's a good lift. Yeah, he has been into the fitness universe till a long time, since a long time, so this is why he's now experienced, even though he's only 19 years old. We have now Gregor Kolankiewicz from Poland.
Opening 15 kilos below his personal best. Another tough looking opener, I have to say.
Yeah, once again, it's a good lift. I'm not sure where he will go from there, but also definitely 5 kilos seems like a reasonable one.
Yeah, and it's important to remember maybe they're shaking off some nerves, traveling has an impact, but you know, you have 2 more lifts to build into now.
$240 kilos for Simon Plenvaux from Belgium.
There's 15 seconds left to get that squat command. That's all he needs before the time runs out, but time is running out. Makes it move very well.
It's a well-controlled lift and a good one, 2 white lights.
That 10-second countdown with a beep is rather unnerving, I forgot to say. Makes me feel like I've got to start doing something.
with Eric Petras from Slovakia. Bar is loaded for Volodymyr.
Now 250 kilos for Volodymyr Loginov.
Yeah, I
From
just saw him
Ukraine.
smelling some ammonia there, so that's something some lifters will do just to wake themselves up a little bit. Something completely safe, just part of the process sometimes.
It is indeed, yeah. Some of the athletes are using it.
It's 5 kilos above his personal best already on his opener.
And that is a really easy opener for Volodymyr.
Yeah, lovely and smooth. That's 3 white lights, a good lift, meaning every lifter managed to get a squat in on the board, which we love to see.
Bar is loaded for Eric Petras, 237.5.
So that concludes the first round. Loginov leading with 250, followed by the Greek athletes Nikaras at 240, and the same weight for Gregor Skolancevic at 240. Second attempt of Eric Petras from Slovakia. So we had 237.5 second attempt.
A little bit more work, but it's to be expected. It's a good lift.
Same weight, this time for Emil Jacobsen from Ireland. Bar is loaded.
Important as we see those squat rankings jump around to remember that we will have the second group of 93s later today, so that's subject to change.
We have now Emil Jacobsen from Ireland. Once again, 237.5.
Very quick into the hole, very deep squats. It's a good lift. Usually with that style of squat, we tend to see a quick slowdown about halfway up on the squat. So usually there is about where we're
Yeah.
going to see the breakdown when it gets heavier.
You're absolutely right. It's this specific style of squat doesn't afford you to grind that much.
Yeah, you lose that momentum that you gain.
Same jump and same weight attempted by Alexander Shmelo from Slovakia. This is 237.5.
Almost paused in the hole there. Made it a little bit hard for himself, but it's a good lift.
Yeah, maybe 5 kilos.
Yeah, it was a lot of work out of the hole, and perhaps a lifter that doesn't use the momentum controls the bar a little bit more, so that's a bit more of a red flag. So a smaller jump for sure.
10 kilo jump for Angelos Almuti, 240 kilos.
Yeah, landing him just 10 kilos off his current squat PB.
Once again, an honest job, but no lift this time. Cut the depth a little bit. too early. That will be 3 red lights.
Yeah, so if we just look here in the replay, you can see that his hip crease is above the point of the top of his knee joint.
The bar is loaded. And next up is the first 138.
Jumping 7.5, and I didn't expect that, to be honest. This is 247.5 for Laurent Alem.
So maybe he does just feel like he was slightly knocked out of position rather than it being a strength issue. Maybe he's one of the world's best grinders and we've just not seen it yet.
That's what we hope, at least.
Let's see if it's one of those two options or the third option I don't really want to mention yet.
Yeah.
Okay, it was one of the first two. And it happened to be the positional thing, which I think is the best one it could have been.
Absolutely. I didn't want you to mention the third one, that's for sure.
Absolutely. And now we can, was that he just wasn't strong enough for it, or it was too heavy, and it clearly wasn't that, so I'm glad to see him with his head screwed on back in the game.
Yeah, bounce back. Let's see if Gregoris is bouncing as well after this 240. We said 5 kilos could be good.
Yeah, another lifter who we weren't really sure about that opening attempt. Again, same with the three options. Wow, and it seems like option number 2. He is one of the world's best grinders today.
Yeah. Oh, no lifts, unfortunately.
I was a little bit worried about that. He did get the 240 in, which is good. Coach isn't going to the jury.
The jury, yeah, not even considering overruling it.
Oh, he is.
We have now 252.5 for Nikos Karas from Greece. So he'll try to clinch another 12.5 PV.
Yeah, remain a no lift for Krelenkovic. Lost a little bit of momentum there in the middle, but still a nice looking second attempt for Nikos. It's a good lift, 3 white lights. And on the second, we can tend to see where that big breakdown is going to come on the third, where the real struggle will ensue.
Yeah, absolutely. We have now Simon Plenvaux at 255. A huge 15 kilo jump.
Yeah, this is matching his personal best on his second. Should he make it?
That will equal his personal best on his second attempt. Establishing a little bit of Rochinoff. That works, Simon, come on.
That's a great second attempt for Simon.
Yeah, really nice second attempt. Really how you want it to look. Still plenty to put on his third. I don't imagine see an equal jump, but
I'll say 255, something like that. 260, sorry. Somewhere around there. We have now 260 for Volodymyr Loginov.
That would be his personal best in competition.
yeah, already matching his personal best on his opener. This would surpass this, of course, by 10 kilos already. Wow.
That was an unorthodox move, but it seems to work.
It's not the smoothest squat I've ever seen, but it doesn't need to be to get 3 white lights.
Yeah, that was a nice battle, let's say.
Yeah.
twisted for a bit and just didn't want it to give up right now.
Seems like the bar was just rolling about on his back a bit, but did really well to keep it moving.
Yeah, congrats.
That concludes the second round of squats.
Yeah, with Loginov leading at 260 and Plenvo at 255. Second, 252.5 for Nikos Garas, being third of the B group. 240 once again for Agelos Almuti, got called for depth on the second.
Phenomenal effort there. Was it deep enough this time?
And this time
Yes, it was. 2
lift.
to 1, a good lift.
Deep enough.
He did make the effort, you know, to satisfy the ref, show them that he got it, and he adapted really well.
And next out is Emil Petras.
We have now Alexander Schmelo here on the screen, about to attempt 242.5. Here he is.
Wow. Seeing some incredible grinds here today. That is a good lift.
Fantastic fight by Alexander. These lifters that just don't want to give up.
Seems like they don't know how.
Yeah.
He's loaded. And next out is Emil Petras from Ireland.
245 kilos now for Eric Petras from Slovakia. This will be a 5 kilo PB.
Lovely third attempt. 2 to 1, a good lift.
245 again. This time for Mr. Capson. He's loaded for the Irishman.
We have now Emil Jakobsons from Ireland at 245.
Just 5 kilos below his personal best. With only 1 year competitive experience, I imagine this to be his first, maybe at the most second international. So a lot goes into it to even get that near your personal best at an international this early on is a huge feat.
As I said, even getting close to your PB on comp on an international stage is a huge accomplishment.
And it seems like he has 3 white lights.
3 white lights, 3 that's what it ends. 245 now for the ghost of the Rock opponent. 5 more spots to go. Bar is loaded.
$245 once again for Gregor Skolankiewicz.
Yeah, really had to work for that 245 and just got called for depth on it. Retaking it, and I'm worried he might have just emptied the tank. But here's hoping he proves us wrong.
Yeah, you're right, Amelia. The second attempt was a a massive grind, and you know, just cannot recover.
I mean, his opener was a pretty big grind, so I was astounded that he managed that 245 the first time round,
Yeah.
and the second time round just would have been such a big ask.
4 lifts to go before going to the bench press session. And the first of the 4 will be for Nicaras. 257.5, a much more reasonable jump, if I can say so, for what it will be a nearly 40 kilos PB. He was last year competing in the 83 sub-junior, and he just moved to the 93 juniors now.
Yeah, and he has plenty of years in the juniors to grow, so I'm expecting to see some big things coming from him.
Yeah, he's one of the rising stars of the Greek Federation.
So he goes back to the jump, 5 kilo press on the line. Solid.
Just a little bit too much today.
Yeah, once again, especially with his specific squatting technique, as you can see here, it's a really narrow stance and does not allow you to grind that much. Once again, with Florent Alem, 257.5, I just saw the 12.5 kilo jump.
Yeah, I mean, the first and the second was quite a turnaround. The first, a really quite difficult grind, and the second, a completely different lift. So, looking forward to seeing what Florent turns up on the third.
Yeah. But you know what? I know that he can do it, like, judging by his second attempt. Of course, I think that will take a huge work, but
I would agree. 12.5 kilos after a big grind in the first might be a big ask, but the second did move really, really well. So we'll have to wait and see.
as I said,
I think if the first hadn't been so hard and taken so much out of him, it would have been a different story. But unfortunately, he did expend so much energy on that first squat that even with the second being difficult, that big jump took too much of a toll.
yeah, we have now Simon Plenvaux. We said something around 262, 260, and here is the conservative way with 260, and I think he's more than right to do so.
Yeah, not looking to risk any kilos here. Just wants to walk away with big personal best and squats.
Let's go, Simon, let's see it. You're very capable of this, come on, let's go. Stay tight, stay solid, let's go. Come on, man.
Perfect third attempt there from Simon.
And a good lift.
3 white lights for Simon Plenvaux, new personal best. 5 kilo PR for the veteran lifter.
Yeah, well done, Simon. That's a great job. Now the last lifter. The last lifter before going to a 10-minute break will be Volodymyr Loginov at 265.
His 260 was pretty scrappy, but he did fight it up. See what another 5 kilos does here.
This is his last competition in the juniors.
Once again, it's more a question of margin of energies that he has left.
Yeah.
Let's close out the squat in a great way, come on.
Seems like he's just a bit of a scrappy lifter. Yeah, although I was a little bit worried about him perhaps cutting depth on it.
Yeah, definitely. But I mean, how can't you respect this guy? He just puts everything on the platform. Yeah, congratulations. That won't move, of course, because that was indeed a bit too short, as you could see on the replay. But That's a nice third attempt. That concludes our squat session for the 93, 260 for both Simon Plevno and Volodymyr Loginov, and 250 for Karas third, 252.5 third, sorry. Once again, reminder that this is a B group. We'll have the A group later in the afternoon.
We're going to head into a 10-minute break now before bench press for the 63 kilo and 93 kilo B group, so don't go anywhere and we will see you then. Hello and welcome back to the 2024 European Junior Powerlifting Championships here in Pilsen, Czech Republic. We have the 63 kilo and 93 kilo junior B groups for you. We're about to head into the bench press. We just had the squat session for both 63s and the 93s. Of course, placement subject to change, but currently leading the 63B group, Huma from Slovenia. We count ourselves now into the bench session. As we can see the running order as it stands. Similar to the squats, we will see the standings jump around throughout, and it is subject to change. Later we have a second group of 63s to compete. First up, we have Marcelina Filopovic from Croatia. Unfortunately, didn't get a squat on the board, so can't post a total, but still coming out to get valuable international experience. It's her first year as a junior. Take all the experience you can get. 50 kilos on the bar.
Let's wait for the refs. Yeah, that's a good lift to the one.
She just gets a depth call from the right-hand side referee, so we'll look at this right elbow. I think she'll be absolutely more than deep enough, I think.
The jury has overruled, I think.
No,
Or was that a
I think that was just a blip. I would have been very surprised if they overruled that. We'll talk to you about elbow depth in a moment and what that means. Oh, they have overruled it, but they overruled it on account of a yellow. So it wasn't even for elbow depth. We'll come back to that. Emilia Ryczkowska from Poland now, 65 kilos.
Yeah, that's a good lift for Emilia.
Opening on her personal best, looking good, 3 white lights. So elbow depth, we're looking for the elbow to be in line or below the midpoint of the shoulder. Which is why we were a little bit surprised with Filopovic's opener being overturned, but they said it was due to a yellow, so I think a butt lift.
Yeah, this is either butt lifts or any parts of your body that lifts the floor of the bench, or not waiting for the commands.
Kira Loftus from Ireland, opening on 65 kilos. Two to one, a good lift. Gets a depth call from the right-hand side referee. So now you know what you're looking for. We'll look at the elbows in relation to the shoulder joint. And it's hard because sometimes are you looking for them being wonky on the bench, or are you looking for, you know, the joints? And it's the joints that we're looking for.
Yeah.
Mariella Drakaki from Greece, 72.5 kilos.
That's a good lift, 3 white lights.
Same weight for Emilia horizontal. And next up will be Astrid.
72.5 kilos for Enya Antonovica from Latvia, opening 2.5 kilos below her personal best.
And if I'm not wrong, her sister competed yesterday, and her name is Anya.
Yeah, I did notice that earlier. I'm wondering if they're twins actually. They look a lot alike.
It's a solid opener for Enya. The white lights.
Iviska from Slovenia, opening on 75 kilos. 2.5 below her personal best. Look nice and comfortable. 3 white lights, a good lift.
From Slovenia, bar is loaded. Next up is Dominika Jemcova.
77.5 kilos for Ula Huma from Slovenia, opening on her personal best. And she'll be totaling well into the 400s. Just shows the standard of both the A group and the B group. Clipped the rack a little bit there, I think, but didn't bother her too much. It's a good lift, 3 white lights. Have a look at that again in the replay. I believe she clipped it just on the right-hand side.
Yeah, that should be good for the first attempt, but definitely has to take care of her left side.
Dominika Jensova from Czechia, opening on 80 kilos.
That's a good lift. White lights.
Last opener is 80 kilos again. The second position over from Hungary, bar is loaded.
Our final opening attempt from this flight, we have Patricia Holby from Hungary, opening at 80 kilos, 2.5 kilos below her personal best. Nice and easy, 3 white lights.
Second round of bench press. Marcelina needs to score for opener, bar is loaded.
And that concludes our opening attempts. All bar Filopovic getting an opener on the board, which means she's 0 for 4 right now, which is a difficult place to be mentally. Hopefully she can come back now and push for that 50 here in her second. Marcelina Filopovic from Croatia, 50 kilos. Got overturned by the jury first time round. And I'm a little bit worried she's going to fail it for another reason now.
Yeah, downward movement, as you said, Amelia. And, you know, I assume it has to be one of her first international experience, so happens sometimes. It's okay to be overwhelmed by the pressure and by, you know, the outside circumstances. So, yeah, she's in real trouble as well in bench press, but you live and you learn, I guess.
Emilia Rutkowska from Poland, 67.5 kilos. 2.5 kilo jump for a new personal best.
That's a good lift for Amelia.
70 kilos now for Kira lifters from Ireland, bar is loaded. 5 kilo drop.
Kira Loftus from Ireland, jumping 5 kilos to 70 kilos for her second attempt.
That is a good lift, 2-1.
Just gets a yellow from that centre referee. Have a look at the replay. If you don't see anything, it probably would have been for a skipped command. The only thing I think the centre referee would be able to see here is maybe the feet and the head, but the head looks okay. And the jury seem happy with it.
Yeah.
Enya Antonovica from Latvia, 75 kilos, a 2.5 kilo jump from her opener to match her personal best. A little bit of work, but manages to lock it out.
Yeah, good lift.
Maria Drakecki from Greece, 77.5 kilos to match her personal best. 5 kilo jump from her opener.
Let's see Coach Kostas Dotas on the screen. Solid looking second attempt. Let's wait for the refs.
3 white lights, a good lift. Iva Strigar from Slovenia, jumping 5 kilos to 80 for her second attempt, for a 2.5 kilo personal best.
That's a splendid effort. Let's wait for the refs. Unfortunately, I was afraid about that.
Yeah, it's a blue from the centre referee for downwards movement, and yellow I imagine would be for lifting. Yeah, you can see as she lifts her glutes off of the bench there. Not sure how much she has left in the tank for her third, but we'll have to wait and see. Dominika Jansova, 82.5 kilos, a 2.5 kilo jump. Fairly conservative when her personal best is 92.5, but a lot of factors could be going into this decision. And it still looks pretty comfortable for her.
Maybe she's dealing with some sort of injury and not wanted to over-push it.
Yeah, completely plausible.
Yeah, that's a good hit, of course. 3 whites.
Ula Humar from Slovenia, 82.5 kilos. 5 kilo jump from her opener for another personal best.
Handled by one of the Slovenian coach, Marko Stich. As you can see here on the screen. That's a great looking second. 3 white lights, good lift. Well done with that.
82.5 one last time from Patricia. Bar is loaded.
Patricia Holby from Hungary now, 82.5 kilos, a 2.5 kilo jump. So matched personal best.
It's a good lift to the one.
Yeah, just gets a yellow from the side referee, so I'm wondering if we could see from that angle what they could see. This is the side she gets the yellow light from. Looks okay to be there.
Bar is loaded. She needs to score this opener
Yeah,
to stay
nothing
in
to
the
say.
competition. 50 kilos is entirely doable for her.
Now we head into our third round of bench press for the 63B group. Marcelina Filipovic still without a lift, successful so far in the competition. 50 kilos for her third attempt. And it looks like that could be 2.5 kilo jump. Phenomenal effort there. 2-1, a good lift. The yellow from the side referee. Have a look at that from that angle.
The feet are moving, but
Yeah, they're allowed to slip as long as they don't lift.
yeah.
72.5 kilos for Kira Loftus from Ireland. 2.5 kilo jump.
Alex Cremins, junior national head coach of Team Ireland. That's a great fight for her last. Let's wait for the refs. Of course, nothing to say. 3 white lights.
She seems pretty chuffed with that, and so she should be. Having a great day out at her first international. Eva Strigar from Slovenia, 80 kilos for her third and final attempt. Reattempting it after missing it on her second.
That's a solid effort for Stergar. 3 white lights, good lift.
Merida Drakaki from Greece, 80 kilos for her third and final attempt for a new personal best.
Yeah, the second attempt was a bit of a fight. I was afraid that she ran out of energy on her third.
Yeah, got everything she could out of that second, making the smallest jump she could have with 2.5.
This is the last attempt to change the orders on the 93B group.
Enya Antonovka from Latvia, 80 kilos for her third and final attempt for a new personal best. Took a 2.5 kilo jump from her opener to her second, now taking a larger jump to her third.
So Enya, 20 seconds.
Oh, that was a great effort, but
Yeah, I can't quite understand the reasoning behind making that bigger jump, other than maybe she just said, I feel really, really good, but you've got to stick with the plan.
yeah, couldn't answer as well because I don't share this point of view as well.
Dominika Jansova from Czechia, 85 kilos, which will remain on the bar for the following two lifters as well. Well, that's a huge effort from Jansova, wow.
That's a good lift after mammoth grind, as you said, 2-1 so far.
Have a look at that from the side angle. Yellow, I imagine, would have been for butt lift. A lot of leg drive going into pushing that up. And it looks like it's jumping around. It's up to the discretion of the jury whether they think it lifted. For now, the same weight remains on the bar. 85 kilos for Ula Huma from Slovenia.
And I will stay. It's a well-deserved third attempt.
So the 2.5 kilo jump for new personal best. Seconds.
Got the start climb, just seconds to spare, but unfortunately it's just too much today.
One last attempt for the 63s, and it is Patricia Obi, 85 again. Bar is loaded.
Yeah, but she's still leading the B group of the 63s with 2.5 on total prognosis.
A final bench press from the 63B flight. Patricia Holby from Hungary, 85 kilos, 2.5 kilo jump from her second for a new personal best.
That's a good lift, 3 white lights.
2.5 kilo personal best for the Hungarian, who will now enter the 93B group. The bench race, the first bar is 137.5, 1375.
And that concludes the 63B group. Jansova and Holby leading ahead there with 85 kilos of Huma in bronze. Obviously subject to change. We have the 63 kilo A group later today. We head now immediately into the 93B group.
The first bar will be loaded at 137.5 for Erik Petras from Slovakia.
Bars loaded for Erik. Next up will be Dragos Nikins.
Having a PB at 145. having some troubles to set himself up.
Pretty comfortable looking opener.
Yeah, that's a good lift to the one. Got called with a yellow card. Have a look at that replay. Yeah, I don't see anything. And I don't think the jury will see either.
Yeah, seeing a few false yellow calls from that side.
Yeah. I have now Gregors Kolankiewicz opening at 142.5. 15 kilos below his current PB, standing at 157.5.
Three white lights, 8, good lift.
Next time will be Simon Deadlift from Belgium.
He's loaded at 145 for Alexander Schmelo from Slovakia.
10 kilos below his personal best.
A good lift.
147.5 from Simon Deadlift from Belgium. Bars loaded. Next up will be Antonos Albuzi from Greece.
He's loaded 147.5 for Simon Plevno from Belgium. He's opening 7.5 kilo below his PB.
Very nice and controlled bench. 3 white lights, a good lift. Went up a little bit wonky. I'm wondering if he was set up a little wonky or that's just how he tends to push the bar. Sure, we'll see as the lifts go on.
Yeah. 147.5 once again, this time for Angelos Almuti from Greece.
Another very controlled opener from Antonos.
3 white lights, that is a good lift.
150 now for Ignacy Thompson from Ireland.
Nice and clean opener.
Bars loaded. And next up will be Nikos Gavas.
150 kilos for Emil Siakapsons from Ireland, having a PB at 160.
A little bit sticky towards lockout, but looked like a good opener.
Yeah, and it was a good one. 3 white lights.
First from Nikos and then from Flo. Bars loaded.
We have now Nikos Karas opening at 160 kilos. Once again, 12.5 kilos above his current PB.
Wow.
Yeah, that is a crazy. But have to keep in mind, of course, that this was his PBs of the 83 sub juniors.
So a lot of growth since there, both physically and in the lifting.
Yeah. Vasilis Oktaras, Nick's coach. It was a speedy 12.5 PB.
Yeah. How many 19-year-olds can do that, eh?
No, at least I'm sure.
It's a lovely opener. 3 white lights.
The bar is loaded. And the last opener will be Volodymyr Wojnov.
We have now Florent Alem from Belgium, opening at 160 kilos.
Twelve and a half kilos below his personal best. Had a tough opener on squats, came back for the second. Let's hope bench opener's a little bit easier.
Oh, this time that was an easy opener.
And 3 white lights, a good lift. The reason we judge an opening lift on its ease, obviously, is because you have 3 attempts of each discipline, and you're going to ideally want to put more weight on each time and take the biggest weight for your total. So you really want to open somewhere where you can secure a lift, but build from there too.
Yeah. 162.5 now for Volodymyr Loginov.
2.5 kilos below his best.
He won't be in trouble on bench press, that's for sure.
No, it's very comfortable looking opener. 3 white lights.
As everyone is on the board now. $162.5 for Loginov leading, followed by Karas and by Alem. Once again, this is the B group. The A group will be later in the afternoon. Second attempt for Eric Petras, 147.5.
It'll be a 2.5 kilo personal best. Should Eric make this? Very steady looking second attempt.
And a good lift.
Next out is Simon Benbo.
We have now Gregor Kolankiewicz, 150 kilos. Solid push once again for Gregors.
Yeah, he's having a much easier time with bench than he did with his squats, which proved to be a little bit challenging.
152.5 for Simon Plenvaux from Belgium, a 5 kilo jump.
So landing just 2.5 kilos below his personal best. Still another year left in the juniors. You often see that in the B group, some of the slightly younger athletes.
That's a good lift. Few wet lights.
Yeah, still moving relatively well there.
Yeah, I think he'll go 157.5 to try to eat a new PB.
Yeah, of course, in the B group, they're not necessarily, well, they're not fighting for overall podium, and he won't be fighting for a bench medal, so pushing for a personal best or looking for 9 for 9, something like that. Everybody comes for different goals.
We have now Alexander Schmelo, 152.5. For him as well, this will be a second attempt to land 2.5 kilos below his opener, below his bench press PB, sorry. Let's see how it goes.
A little bit shaky, but kept it moving.
Yeah, good lift, few white lights.
The shaking also doesn't necessarily indicate anything. I remember we were commentating together, we saw someone who was shaking from their first lift and moved it like it was nothing.
Yeah, I think he was in Malta, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, it was.
Here is Emils Jacobson getting launched by his coach as he's approaching a 155 kilo second attempt on the bar.
He's getting 5 kilos within his personal best of 160. Plenty of time left on the clock.
Three whites. A good lift for Emils. $155, trying to match his PB. This is Angelos Almoutis from Greece.
Seven and a half kilo jump from his opener.
Three white lights, a good lift. We have now 170 kilos for the second attempt of Nikos Karas from Greece. Huge PBs on bench press so far, as well as squats. Already close to a 700 kilos on total.
Yeah, like you said, a rising star in Greece, and I'm sure in the next few years here as well.
Absolutely.
Still moving well, wow. Nice looking second attempt and a good lift, 3 white lights.
170 bar is loaded now for Florent from Belgium. 10 kilo jump.
Yeah, maybe 5 kilos should be reasonable. It's moving fast, but I think the drop of energy is really fast as well.
Yeah, I don't think we'll see another big jump like he did from his opener to his second, but that's not usually the case on bench press.
Yeah. 170 as well for Florent Alem. So it'll be just 2.5 kilos below his PB.
A little bit scrappy, but gets it up. It's a good second attempt and a good lift, 3 white lights.
Yeah, I'll say 175 as well for him. We have now the last lifter to end the second round. Volodymyr Loginov from Ukraine attempting 172.5.
Yeah, already surpassing his personal best of 165 if he gets this by 7.5 kilos. Still seems to have plenty left in the tank as well.
Yeah, this was really easy for him.
And it's a shame, I would say that he would definitely have a shot at a bench medal from the B group if there weren't some absolutely monstrous benches in the A group.
Yeah.
We're talking up in the 220s at the top end.
These are crazy numbers. Third round for Eric Petras at 150 kilos. Another new PB attempt for the Slovakian athlete.
So lovely dead attempt, Petras. That is a good lift, 3 white lights.
Gregor Kolankiewicz at 155 for his last attempt.
Yeah, just falling shy of his personal best of 157.5 here. Important to take what you have on the day, not maybe what your goals or your plans were.
As you said earlier, it's an international stage, so it's not meant to break all your PBs in once, right?
Absolutely. And that seems like it is the perfect number for Gregor. Yeah, that is a really good call from Team Poland and a really good attempt from Gregor himself.
Yeah, good lift, 3 wet lights.
155 now for Alexander Hrelo from Slovakia. Bar is loaded. This is to match his personal best in competition. The next one now will be C.
155 for Alexander Schmelo. This will be a 2.5 kilogram between his second and his third.
So he's matching his personal best on his final attempt. Jumping 2.5 kilos, the minimum increment. Perhaps feeling like he is at his top end there with that 152. Seconds left on the clock to get that command.
Once again, another perfect attempt selection. 3 white lights.
That's what we're talking about. That shaking not necessarily being an indicator of the strength, rather just the tension that you're putting your body under.
We have now 157.5 for Simon Plenvaux from Belgium. This will be, as predicted, a 2.5 PB attempt.
Let's go, Simon, focused.
That is a phenomenal effort there from Seaman. And a good lift, 3 white lights, wow.
Yeah, that's a really crazy third attempt. Just didn't give up. And here he is with a new PB.
And well earned at that.
160 for Emil Jakobsen's last attempt.
Yeah, this will match his personal best should he make this. A 5 kilo jump from his second. 5 kilo seems like the sense of precision from that second. An equal jump from his opener.
Let's see it, Emil, come on.
Yeah, he really tried his best, so no lift, and just like that, Amelia, we didn't want it to say that before, but
Yeah, that's the first unsuccessful lift of that entire bench press session, and it's a pretty phenomenal job to get that far in without any missed lifts.
yeah, they're doing such a great job so far. We now have Angelos Almouti from Greece. This will be a 5 kilo PB as well as a 5 kilo drop between his second and his third.
I just want to see that one day where it's all green, all 3, all lifters. What a dream.
Yeah, I never saw that. I don't think I saw that before.
Definitely rare. 160 now as a personal best for Angelos. Just started tipping towards his face. It was a little too heavy.
Yeah, that would be the second attempt fail in a row. But of course, third attempt on bench press, trying to max out or to match max. So
Yeah, third attempt anywhere really is where you're going to be pushing those numbers.
$175. That's 3 red plates loaded on each side for 19 years old, 93 lifter. This is big numbers.
Yeah, 3 red plates aside is a big milestone for a lot of lifters, and to be able to tick that off at 19 is quite the feat, should he be able to do so.
Yeah, Nick Karas from Greece attempting this third one.
And if he gets this and his opening deadlift, he's already improved his total significantly from 627.5 to 695.
Yeah, we will let you do the math, but that's a huge, huge total PB. Yeah, and that was the perfect attempt selection, but
3 white lights, a good lift. I was a little worried that he almost fell back into the rack before he got the command, but time was on his side.
yeah, he really got away with it. That was right on the edge of the rack command, as you can see here. Exactly. Florent Allen now with 177.5.
Another lifter going for those 3 red plates aside and some.
That was a bit of an ambitious jump, I think, but he really tried his best. 170 is still a huge second attempt.
Perhaps looking to build up some momentum or collect some kilos that he lost out on squat, but as a result, obviously lost some more on bench.
Now the last lifter, of course, once again on bench press will be Volodymyr Loginov. 180 in his top end. That makes sense, judging by his second attempt.
Big personal best and a big final bench press for Vladimir. Just a little bit too much, unfortunately. No lift. I think 5 kilos really would have been the sensible decision.
Yes, yeah, somewhere around that.
Hindsight is 2020 though.
But he'll still be a solid bencher with 172.5. So that concludes our bench press session in the 93 Junior B group. The best lifter of this group will be Nick Caras with 175, followed by Loginov at 172.5, and by the Belgian athlete Florent Allen, at 170.
Yeah, and of course that's subject to change as we see the A groups come through later. We're going to head into a 10-minute break now before deadlift, so don't go anywhere and we will see you then. Hello and welcome back to the 2024 European Junior Powerlifting Championships here in Pilsen, Czech Republic. We have the 63 kilo and 93 kilo B groups concluding for you here today with the deadlifts. And so far we've had a good competition with some excellent lifting. Just a reminder, we have the A groups this afternoon, so all these positions are subject to change as you see them come in on the screen. We have the running order, and first up we have Marcelina Filipovic from Croatia. Just a reminder, didn't manage to get a squat in on the board, so can't post a total, but is using all the international experience that she can get, which is well worth it. She's only been competing a year, only 19 years old, so take all the experience you can get. 120 kilos in the bar for Marcelina. So very narrow conventional.
Yeah, it's pretty unusual, to be honest.
But it works for her. 3 white lights. You normally see conventional, maybe shoulder width apart. Very occasionally closer than that, but you can see it means that her knees are pushing together as she stands up. Could be helpful, could be hindering.
Yeah, but once again, it's only a year competing, so she'll for sure adapt her technique.
Mariela Drakaki from Greece, 127.5 kilos.
She's opening 27.5 kilo below her PB.
Oh, a little trouble with lockout there.
Yeah, 2-1. As you said, some lockout issues that causes a red light by the right side ref.
The jury are looking at it, but for now, it remaining good lift. Secures the total. Patricia Holby from Hungary, 130 kilos.
Oh, that was a speedy opener. Good lift, of course, for white lights for Patricia.
Enya Antonovka from Latvia, 132.5 kilos for her opening attempt.
That's a solid opener for Enya. 3 white lights.
Secures herself a total. Kira Loftus from Ireland, opening 140 kilos. Another little wobble at the lockout, but she should be okay. There we go, 3 white lights. Sometimes when a lift moves that quickly, particularly a deadlift, you can experience a bit of a speed wobble because of how easy it is at the top, and that's what it looks like here.
Yeah, as long as the bar is not going down again, it's a valid lift. So
Eva Strigar from Slovenia, opening on 160 kilos.
again, Again, a bit wobbly at the top, but that works. Few white lights.
Yeah, and like you said, as long as the bar doesn't go down, it's not going to be an issue. You see it a lot in opening attempts. Usually more with sumo, I'd say, but almost gets knocked out of the lockout position, but keeps it okay. Dominika Jansova from Czechia, 165 kilos.
It's a good lift. Two white light for Dominika.
So far, so good for the 63 big move. 170 now for Olivia bar is loaded. And next up will be Ula Ula to close out the openers.
Emilia Rytkowska from Poland, 170 kilos.
Oh, that wasn't expected, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm a little bit worried about that.
Yeah, that's a huge opener at 170, right? But
Yeah, it's a big weight. You can see here that what we were worried about was just there, where we're not sure if the bar dipped or not, and the jury will look at it. She does get one blue, but for now it is passable as a good lift. We'll keep our eye on that, but for now it is all good. We have our final opener of the flight. And I wouldn't be too surprised if she put something big up today. She could sneak onto that podium for deadlifts. Ula Huma from Slovenia, opening on 175 kilos.
yeah, so the lift will stay valid. And I just talked yesterday with a Slovenian coach, and he told me that he really wanted for Ula to get a podium on deadlift, so we'll have to wait and see. But so far it's a really speedy opener.
It's a good lift, 3 white lights. It says here she has a personal best of 185, but based on how that moved, I think she'll have more than that today.
Picking up the second round, it's 125 for Marcela Filipovic. Bar is almost loaded. Waiting on the chief referee. Thank you, starters. And the bar is loaded for the duration. Next out is Mariela Dragaki.
And that concludes our opening attempt, with all lifters managing to get their first deadlift in on the board. We head through to the second round now with Marcelina Filipovic from Croatia, 125, a match personal best. She is just not having the day she would have wanted today, unfortunately. That's a no lift. I do think having her legs that close together does not aid her, but who am I to say? Mariela Dragaki from Greece, 132.5 kilos for her second attempt.
Yeah, the opener wasn't as fast as it could have been expected to be, but that was way better here.
Yeah, I'd say it moved about the same. Still 2-1, a good lift. A red being for that left side referee being unhappy with the lockout. You can see a slightly better angle of that lockout here. That seems okay to me. I think some referees are used to a really overextended lockout and expect that, but it's not what you need to do.
No, yeah, it's not in the rule book, so.
Same as squatting just to depth. It's not, bum to the ground, but it's still in the rule books. Enya Antonovica from Latvia, 137.5 kilos for her second attempt.
It's a good lift for her, a few white lights.
140 for Patricia Wilby from Hungary. A 10-kilo jump. Bar is loaded. Next out is Kiara Loftus from Ireland.
10 kilo jump for Patricia Holby from Hungary to 140 kilos for her second attempt.
It's a bit of a work, but I think I can definitely see 5 more kilos here.
It's a good lift.
And it's a good lift. Yeah, what we normally see with conventional versus sumo, conventional a lot quicker off the ground, a lot harder as you get towards that lockout. Usually where you see the breakdown is at lockout. Compared to sumo, where the legs are wider, it is a lot harder off the ground. You need a lot more patience, but you're usually rewarded with that snappy lockout.
Absolutely.
Kira Loftus from Ireland, 152.5 kilos, a 12.5 kilo jump from her opener. So you'll see here, Kira exhibits some great patience off the floor from her sumo pole. This is 10 kilos below her max.
That was once again a solid lift.
3 white lights, a good lift. And actually very quick off the ground for a sumo.
Should be followed by Dominica and Soda.
167.5 kilos for Eva Cigar from Slovenia. A matched personal best here, should she make this. Wow, slow and steady wins the race.
Was it locked enough? Yes. 3 white lights. Yeah, great fight, as you said. It's slow and steady. You don't need to overrush, especially when you're... powerlifting is slow race,
Felt like I watched her arms grow longer during that deadlift. Dominika Jansova from Czechia, 172.5 kilos.
Really convincing second attempt by the Czech.
Yeah, that moved really well. It's a good lift, 3 white lights. Puts her in a great position heading into that third attempt. Emilia Ruczkowska from Poland, 175 kilos, a 5 kilo jump for a 2.5 kilo personal best. Opener was fairly tough. This is a big milestone, 3 red plates aside. See how she fares with it.
Yeah, as expected. I mean, as you said, she opened like 2.5 kilos below her PB. That was a 2.5 kilo PB attempt. The most important is here, she is on a board, she's not floating. And yeah, but I think it should be this for Rutkowska. She'll probably finish with 385 kilos total.
Now our final second attempt, Ula Huma from Slovenia, 185 kilos. 10 kilo jump from her opener to match her personal best. Like we said, after seeing her opener, we'd expect that she has more in her today than that. So let's see how it moves. Look at that. Let's wait for the lights. 3 white lights, a good lift.
Yeah, she'll definitely need something around 195, 192.5 to maybe have a chance to get a medal.
Yeah, I think that would probably be the minimum to secure it. Obviously, we have in the 63A the open world record holder in deadlifts. She's going to walk away with gold likely. And then we have Lucy Robinson, who also another phenomenal deadlifter. So really it'll be a fight for bronze, I imagine. Marcelina Filipovic from Croatia, retaking 125. Couldn't budget on her second. Trying it now on her third. We now have Mariella Drokaki from Greece, 140 kilos for her third and final attempt.
Let's go, solid. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go.
And 3 white lights, a good lift. From where she opened with her deadlift, she did really well to continue adding the weight on, and I think she knows that.
Yeah. She added 12.5 kilos to what looked like to be a really tough opener. So yeah, congrats to her. She managed it really well.
Enya Antonovica from Latvia, taking a 2.5 kilo jump to 140 for a matched personal best. Incredible patience shown from Enya, but just too heavy.
How can she always?
Yeah, you can't say that she didn't put her all into that. What an incredible effort.
Yeah, that's a long replay.
Fantastic effort. What a grind. Patricia Holby from Hungary attempting 150 kilos, another 10 kilo jump for a new personal best. Wow, that is absolutely incredible.
The great one. 3 white lights for Patricia.
That was a fantastic effort. Like I said, it gets harder on conventional at that lockout point, so to hit that point and keep pulling through is a great effort. Kira Loftus from Ireland now attempting 160 kilos, 7.5 kilo jump from her second. Wow, she's still going.
What an effort.
Wow, she is still going.
I think that was a downward movement. No, that's a good lift. Oh my god.
That is absolutely incredible. There were several points during that I thought she would give up, and she just did not. Seeing some phenomenal grinds this morning.
Yeah, and I think yeah, it's going to be overruled.
Oh, and the jury's overruled that. That is such a shame. She worked so hard for that. It feels cruel. But the rules are the rules, unfortunately.
Yep.
Eva Stugar from Slovenia now, 170 kilos. 2.5 kilo jump from her second for a new personal best. Unfortunately, no lift. Just a little bit too much today, but she got everything she could out of that.
Yeah, there's pretty much nothing to regret. She'll finish with 395 total.
Emilia Ryczkowska from Poland reattempting 175, which I am surprised to see after her attempt of it the first time, but she loses nothing. It's her last attempt of the day for a personal best on deadlift and on total.
Last effort, come on, let's go.
And she's okay, just lost her balance there, but fantastic effort to come back out and give that a go.
Great effort from Emilia. 2 more deadlifts to go in the 63B group. Dominika Jensova 177.5, bar is loaded. And next up is Uda Lar.
Dominika Jensova from Czechia, 177.5 kilos for her third and final attempt, our penultimate lift of the session.
Let's go. Last deadlift as a junior, come on.
Unfortunately, the brakes just came on.
Yeah, it's a rough third attempt for these 863 junior ladies.
Yeah, just 2 successful third attempts so far. And with 1 final attempt remaining, we're hoping that changes to 3.
Yeah, and as we said, she definitely needs this one if she wants to have a chance.
Yeah, Ula Humar from Slovenia, 192.5. We said that was around about the number that she'd want to try and put herself in a good position for that bronze deadlift medal. And that is only if she gets this, of course. So 192.5 kilos for the Slovenian lifter to put herself in a great position for that deadlift medal. A huge personal best. She gets him moving. Wow. Oh, and just unfortunately at lockout misses out on that. But put everything she could into that. She couldn't have done anything more. As soon as your grip starts to go, there's nothing you can do about that.
Yeah, only missed these couple of inches to secure the lift.
She still walks away with the heaviest deadlift of this B session and probably, you know, in the top 5 of both flights when we get there. But we move through now to the 93B group, where we will see them at deadlift and push each other and push themselves for PBs alike.
We'll have now Gregors Polankiewicz. $235 on the bar.
That's a good lift, very conservative opener with a personal best of 270.
This is now Florent Alem, 240 kilos.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think there'll be any contenders for medals and deadlifts from the B group here, but they will be fighting for PB totals and deadlifts for themselves. I'm sure placements overall as high as they can get.
And that's a good lift. Bar is loaded at 245 for Simon Plenvaux. The Belgian lifter having a PB at 270. That was easy.
Smooth over there. 3 white lights.
A good lift.
Now it's
3
getting
whites.
better. That's 250 from Slovakia. Bar is loaded. Next up will be Angelo Zamuti.
Nice confident looking opening attempt so far.
Yeah, there is more space to grow for sure. We have now Erik Petras with 250 from Slovakia.
Very snappy opener. It's a good lift. 3 white lights. Very upright lockout as well.
From Greece. Bar is loaded.
That's a pretty efficient lift.
Yeah, very.
260 kilos for Angelo Salmuti from Greece.
Very comfortable looking opener. And the good lift. 3 white lights.
Yeah, pretty much the same opener as Erik Petras. Really upward positioning. No unnecessary movement. We have now Nick Caras, 267.5.
Next out is Elias Thompson.
Once again, he will open higher than his current PB.
He is on target for a huge personal best total. That's a good lift. 3 white lights. Very exaggerated, locked out position there. I think if he got the down command just a second later, he might have lost balance, but he has it just long enough. That's all he needs.
Yeah.
Very strong.
Emil Jakobsons with 270 kilos. Like a pretty massive PB at 295.
So Mills, easy opener. Lightweight for you.
As you said, Emilia, I think the medals on deadlift will be around 340.
Wow, and that was extremely easy.
As expected, very easy.
And a good lift. 3 white lights.
2 more openers to go. 277.5 now. From Ukraine. And the last opener will be for Alexander.
Yeah, I mean, one of the A-flight lifters is the old record holder for the world junior deadlift record, so similar actually to the women. It's a hard gig to fight against.
Yeah, absolutely. 277.5 for Volodymyr Floginov.
Looks like a nice opener, and Vladimir actually in a very good position to climb the ranks overall and maybe prove that he should have been in the A flight, not the B flight. We'll have to see where he ends up.
Bar is loaded. Next out is
That's a
Tom
good lift.
Lehman.
Yeah, he has been nominated 14th. I think he should finish higher than that if he keeps on climbing the rankings. Now we have 280 kilos for Alexander Schmelo, ending the first round.
3 white lights, a good lift, and nice to see no dramas on these opening attempts.
Yeah, everyone is on the board at the end of the first round, which is always a good thing to see. Means that the athletes are choosing their openers wisely. So 290 for Schmelo leading, followed by Loginov at 277.5 and by Jakobssons at 207. Florent Alem, 250 kilos for him. Nowhere close to his PB, standing at 275.
Perhaps that squat session really did take it out of him, is a possibility. Perhaps it's just not been the most ideal prep for the competition. A good lift, 3 white lights. Actually, he fell onto his toes a bit there as well, so did really well to keep pushing through. His left heel coming completely up.
250 now for Gregor Kolankiewicz. A good lift.
It's a good lift. 265 for Slovakia. 15 kilo jump. The bar is now loaded. It looks like we see tempo.
Be a 10 kilo below his personal best.
For Erik Petras from Slovakia.
15 kilo jump from his opener. Great patience off the ground.
Yeah, a little bit more scratchy, but still okay for Erik. The white lights.
Yeah, definitely looked like more work there. I imagine see smaller jump there to his third. Still very nice.
We are now with Simon Plenvaux, 265 on the bar.
Just 5 kilos below his personal best. A 20 kilo jump from his opener.
Great lift, 3 white lights.
Yeah, he looks very strong today.
Back-to-back bricks. Next up will be Nikos Kalas.
$270 kilos for Angelos Almuti. This will be 15 kilos below his PB.
Again, just like his opener, slow but steady, 3 white lights.
285 now for Nikos Kalas.
We have now 285 kilos loaded on the bar for Nick Garas. This will give him 712.5 kilos on total, close to 100 total PB.
Yeah, another lifter perhaps saying, hey, I should have been in the A flight. And at only 19 years old, like I said during bench press, I'm sure he will be next year, should he choose to continue competing.
Oh, I'm sure he will.
Three white lights, a good lift.
It's in his third, 290 being loaded on the bar for the Irish lifter. The coach has asked for the lifter to have a clean bar, very well brushed. And bar is loaded.
20-kilo jump, which is reasonable for the second attempt of Emil Jakobsson's, judging by his opener.
Yeah, I mean, his opener was lightning quick. And this leaves him 5 kilos below his personal best. Again, Jakobsson, another lifter who has a couple years left in the junior, 3 years left as a junior.
This time, let's go and see it, Niels.
Slowed down a bit, but I can definitely still see some kilos in it. That's a good lift.
Yeah, I think he has plenty left in the tank. Obviously, probably not another 20, but I can see 10 kilos being completely justified, maybe even 12 and a half.
Yeah, 10 to 12 and a half seems okay to me as well, absolutely. 290 kilos for Volodymyr Loginov, here he is.
7.5 kilo personal best, should he make this?
Should be good, yes.
2 to 1, a good lift. Does get a red from the right hand side referee, just unhappy with his lockout position there. His shoulders and the hips both seem through though, so he should be okay. I think the jury are arguing that perhaps his shoulders weren't fully back, but they have to be in agreement.
Here is now Alexander Schmelo, 297.5. And that should stay like this, yeah. Good sign is when the jury is smiling. One of the members of the jury is smiling.
Two to 1, a good lift. That left-hand side referee just not happy with the lockout. He's very upright. That's what I said with the opener, which I think is where they're getting trouble. Perhaps the argument there being that his hips aren't through enough. I'm not sure. But I think the jury are happy with it.
Yeah. And that concludes our second round for one last time with Florent Alem. 255 on the bar. As you can see, 297.5 for Schmelo, followed by Jakobsson at 290 and by Loginov at 290 as well.
Yeah, just tipping back onto his heels again there, and I think that... Oh! Well.
Yeah, the left side ref saw it.
Just look at his feet here. Onto his tiptoes, back onto his heels.
The question is, was that off the floor? I don't know.
Well, look, happy to be wrong. And the jury are discussing it, but for now it is a good lift.
Yeah, and we are now with Gregors Kolankiewicz, 257.5. They are overruling, unfortunately. Yeah, you were right, Emilia.
Yeah, I think that was to be expected. I think he's a little bit confused there. That's not for him.
Flags maybe?
I think as soon as he finished the lift, he was probably certain that was going to happen.
Yeah.
It is 3 white lights
And of
for
course, a good
Gregos.
lift for Gregos.
Yeah, I think he was a little startled when he turned around. See, the jury's already overruled it. Only just put it down.
No, you are right, Gregos. Don't worry. That's a good lift, and 3 for 3 to end his junior years.
He's had a great outing so far
We have
today.
now 270 for Simon
The bar is
Plenvaux.
loaded for Simon.
And the Belgian, the Belgian
Last attempt,
team
Simon.
and athletes are fired up.
Everything you've got. This is the last one. Empty the tank.
To be a match personal best for Simon. Should he make this? He's had a great day so far.
Let's go, Simon. The crowd is with you.
Oh, it's a big effort at the end. He is vibrating. And just cannot finish it off, unfortunately.
Congratulations on a great day, everyone.
Yeah, he really tried his best. There is absolutely nothing to regret.
5 now for Eric Petras from Slovakia. That's a 10-kilo jump from his second attempt. That will equal his previous version.
The last attempt of Eric Petras, 275 kilos. The milestone.
Just making sure he knows where he's going there. He is amped up. This will be a match personal best should he make this.
Let's go, Eric. Last one, 10-kilo
As
jump.
well, his last lift as a junior.
Last effort of the day. Come on. Wow.
There it is, one last time.
It is a good lift.
2-1, a good lift. I think the center referee may be thinking he jumped that down command. Let's have a look at the replay.
Greece. He will be up in
I think he will be pretty safe knowing that the jury cannot see command dropped.
Yeah, that is unless they see something else they don't like. But they shouldn't.
Yeah. But for now, we are with Angelos Almutu, 280 kilos.
Quite a stark difference here. Angelos very relaxed heading onto the platform like he had been on his first and his second.
Let's do the same, Angelos, come on.
Just not there today, unfortunately. Perhaps a 10-kilo jump, a little overzealous.
Now it's 300 kilos.
And a grand comp as well, nothing to regret.
Greece. Another 50-kilo jump.
And now we'll have,
What was already
just like that,
personal best.
100
The bar is loaded
kilos
for
total
Nikos
PB attempt
Karas from
for Nick
Greece.
Karas. His last PB was 627.5. And he's going for 727.5.
That is absolutely massive, increasing your total by 100 kilos.
In a year. At the time, that's crazy, yeah.
300 kilos, a huge milestone lift for really any weight class. But 93 kilo junior, 19 years old, for a 727 and a half total.
Has to be in the top 3 overall Greek juniors in this one. Wow.
And it's the first time we've seen him really miss today.
But still, just an 85 kilos PB total for him.
That's all right. 85 kilo PB total.
Well done to Nick.
Yeah, absolutely amazing.
We have now 300 kilos once again, this time for Emil Jakobsen. As we've predicted, Emilia, a 10 kilo jump.
Yeah, going for that 300 kilo milestone. Doesn't want to risk missing it by going 2.5 kilos over. Like we said, this is for a 300 kilo deadlift and a 700 kilo total.
300 kilos is getting Emil's. Let's see it. Come on. And this time it is stuck to the ground, unfortunately.
Just not there today, unfortunately.
2 more attempts to go in this 93 beat group. 302.5 for Alexander Fernand and 307 for Volodymyr Lodinov. The bar is loaded for Alexander, the Slovakian lifter.
We are now for one last time with Alexander Schmelo, 302.5. This to clinch a 700 PB, 700 total kilos, sorry. That won't be a PB. Standing at 705 right now.
He's only been competing 2 years. Already attempting 302.5. Let's go, Alexander, come on.
Just glued there, it seems. Very rarely when you see a lifter in that position do they fight through it.
Great attempt. And we've got
Yeah, you cannot produce any force at this point here when you're locked.
Yeah, and if the bars stop moving at that point, then it's just too much, unfortunately.
Yeah. And now the last lift of this morning session will be once again for Volodymyr Loginov from Ukraine. 307.5 to secure a 740 kilos total. That would have placed him definitely in the top 8 of this weight class.
Let's go, Volodymyr, let's go.
His last ever pull as a junior. Like you said, would have placed him on nominations 8. Not there today, unfortunately, but he still walks away with a 722.5 total.
Yeah, that was a great session, great morning session we've had today. 722.5 for Loginov, 712.5 for Karas, and Schmelo with 695. But on deadlift, 297.5 for Schmelo, first of this B group, followed by Jakobsen at 290, and by Loginov at 290 as well.
Like we said, this is subject to change. We have some huge pullers coming through in the A group later, and all the positions subject to change with that as well. This concludes the 63 kilo and 93 kilo B groups. We won't have a medal ceremony until later, so join us at 3:30 local time for the 63 kilo and 93 kilo A groups, where we'll see them battle it out for the medals and for the title. We will see you then.
See you then.